Well, hi everybody, I'm out and about. Well, step one was wake up, get dressed, and here I am on the road. So I'm on my way to go deliver the rent check. Some of you know I'm moving, and I bought a house, but what I did is I arranged to rent the house for a month before I own it. That way, I can start moving stuff into it during the coming month. The way I looked at it was this, that I don't want to have boxes in the house that are going to make it difficult for the movers. So what I worked out was that everything that is currently in a cupboard is going to go into a cupboard at the new place. So therefore, those are the things that I'm going to move. And everything that is already boxed up, the movers will move. I wonder if that makes sense to everybody. I thought it was pretty stealth myself. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so I'm off right now to go and deliver the rent check for the month. And then on my way back, I'm going to do the insurance on my house. This is ridiculous. I have to insure my house for the year, and I'm leaving it in a month. But it is what it is. No point in getting frustrated with it or upset with it and going, well, that's stupid. Yeah, it doesn't matter. I've got to do it. And then what will happen is when the house documents sell, when the sale documents happen, let me do it that way, then I will get credited back, a proportion of what I paid. That's how it works. Let's say I had to pay $1,000 for a house insurance. Then when they do the documents, if I've only used 1/12 of that, then they will refund me 11/12 of that money. Make sense? Hope so. All right, so that's the second thing on my list. The third thing is to pick up milk. Don't let me forget that. I really do need to pick up some milk somewhere. And then I'm already multitasking. I've already got the wash in while I'm out. And so I will be going home, and then tonight at 7 o'clock I have got a client that I'm going to do a Skype call with. Some of you may know I actually help people with interviews, and so she's about to go for a med school interview, and I'm going to help her with that for an hour. So that's a pretty busy day. Now, those are the things that I have to do. That doesn't mean it is all I will do. It just means if I do nothing else today, I need to get those things done to stay on track. I've been amazed actually how every night I have done one extra thing. For example, I noticed that yesterday, as I was busy getting something out of a top shelf in my kitchen, I just emptied the shelf. While I was up there, I just emptied everything off it and put it all in the dishwasher. It was mostly plastic. Now you all know I've already thrown away a whole garbage bag. I've already thrown away a whole garbage bag of plastic, but I'm still amazed how much plastic I've got. I'm really trying to teach myself to use that plastic in some constructive way rather than throw it into the landfill, and then to really use more mason jars and silicone type packaging rather than plastic. Silicone I really like because you can huck it in the dishwasher to clean it, which is really good. I'm definitely a lot better about not using plastic bags. I bought big plastic bags, large and extra large ones that I can use instead of cling wrap. And those are the only plastic bags I buy. And plus, I find that when anything comes in that's got a big plastic bag around it without holes in it, I scrub it clean, make sure that it hasn't got any goobers on it or germs on it, and then I just keep it and use it. So step 2 is on the way. I'll let you know when I've done that one. You know, when I think about it, I just wanted to give you another reason why it's a really good idea to move a month ahead of time, you know, to rent for that month. If you think about it, I'm going to have garbage cans at both places, recycling bins at both places, which means that I can get rid of quite a bit of garbage myself. You know what I mean? Without having, yeah, I'm still going to have to bring somebody in to get the heavy stuff because I can't get rid of that. But the day-to-day garbage, I should be able to get rid of most of it, you know, through the regular garbage system. So I'm really quite happy about that. And you know what? You know, I believe in this one step at a time. You'll be amazed what you can get rid of by just doing that. And it's one of the things I learned when I was downsizing. It's a really good idea, you know, just to take, I'm going to unpack the various boxes one by one and try and only put away half again. Now, you already know I've been through just about everything and thrown away half of it. What I'm going to do is to repeat the process when I unpack. I wonder if that makes sense to everybody. You know, I'm literally going to say, okay, here is the box. Can I only put away half of it and throw away the other half? And I will do that week by week as I unpack. Got it? Let's see if it works. And I'm on my way to step 2, but while I'm doing that, I thought I'd just mention something that happened. First of all, I handed over a bank guaranteed check. That's a pretty important check, because if it gets lost, it's bank guaranteed, but it is in the name of the company that I issued it to. But just to make sure, instead of getting a signature or something, I actually took a video of the delightful Lindsay holding the check, so that, you know, like I could prove that I handed it to her specifically. And so, you know, to me, that's just a simple little thing, and we have that technology today. But something happened that I thought I should discuss with you. You know, I wrote a lot of information about why the check was there and everything else, who it was for and so forth. And I could tell that Lindsay, you know, was filling in another envelope for it to be deposited, and that was fine. But I could also tell by her body language that the envelope that I had originally given her with the check in it, she was going to huck it. And I said, you may want to hang on to that. And she said, yeah, I'm going to. And I said, no, honey, your body language told me you are going to chuck it. And she looked at me and she said, really? I said, uh-huh. It was the way that you handled the envelope told me, yeah, you're not hanging on to that. And she laughed and she said, you're right. You're right. And it was interesting because she said, but how did you know? And I said, by your body language. And she said, that's amazing. And I said, well, let me tell you something that I've learned in all these years. You know, are you married? And she said, no. I said, do me a favor. If he tells you he loves you, don't believe him. But if he consistently shows you that he loves you, that's a lot better. And she said, you're right. And I said, yeah, believe you me, I made that mistake many times over. And so just be aware. Anyway, so again, I would remind you all, words are cheap. It is what people do that is important. When I say it's important, you know, you can tell if they care. by their actions. Are they there for you when you most need them? I think about your friends, how many of them say, oh, you're my bestie, but they don't treat you like one. Or not the way that you would like a bestie to treat you, And, the funny thing is, I find the opposite. I keep going to my friends. I have no idea why, absolutely no idea why you are still my friend. And they all crack up laughing and they go, really? And I go, yeah, I have absolutely no idea why you are still my friend. 30 years later, why are you still my friend? And they said, for the same reasons I became one at the beginning. I love your integrity, I love your honesty, and I love your humor. And I went, okay. You see, it's not about how many times I phone or about how many, whatever. It's like, when the really bad stuff happened in their lives, was I there for them? Boots and all? Yeah. Because you see, that's when you really need a friend. Well, the good news is that I have got my tasks done. The bad news is I found out some things about my insurance that I didn't know, and that's a bit stressful, but it's only as stressful as I choose to let it be. In other words, I just now have found out that for some reason my house contents insurance was not where I thought it was, and I might not even have any at the moment. And so the first thing you do is you give thanks and pray to God that He continues to look after your stuff. Now I have to make a decision as to how to insure my stuff. Do I only insure it for the move and the new place, or and pray that we don't have a major calamity happen in the next month, or actually 3 weeks. Wow, a lot of stress, people. But again, I can see that some of you are probably rolling your eyes. I didn't have to mention this, but what I've always said is that I will tell you as far as I can, the truth of what's going on, so you can see that we all make mistakes, and this is obviously a big one. I'm still going to try and get hold of the people I think had my household insurance and find out if I am actually insured. I thought it was between the ones where I've been, but apparently not. And that made me think, there was another one that had my insurance, so let me see whether that's it. Now, you're probably wondering, what's the point? Well, the point is because maybe I'm still insured, in which case I don't want to be reinsured. But if they say no, it lapsed, then I need to make an urgent plan. This is why I have allowed myself a month to move before I own, because I knew that some of these things were not going to go easily, and I would need the space to be able to do it. So, to deep breathing here, what I thought was going to be a very easy admin day turned out to be pretty easy. And I did get the milk, yes, in case any of you are going, did you get the milk, Sal? Yeah, I got the milk. So now I just need to, I've got time, make a couple of telephone calls and see what's going on. Oh well, it is what it is. Now I just need to, I've also found out there are some real issues about insuring a mobile or manufactured home. I hadn't realized that either, that there were some real issues about insuring a manufactured home. And 2 questions that they're going to be asking me apparently are, how old's the furnace and how old's the roof. And I know from the inspection that both those are older, so it's going to cost me more. And what I need to do is just take a deep breath and go, it is what it is. It's going to cost you more. Just get the insurance and move on. Because I can sit here for the longest time going, well, I'm about to get the furnace replaced, and then right now that is not what I've got. I've got an old furnace, and they're going to charge me an extra penalty for having that because the risk is greater, and I understand that. That's life. That's reality. Okay, let's move on to the next step.